Hi, everybody. Welcome to Pace Studio on the Road. We're live at Arlyn Studios in Austin, Texas right now with Tony Kamel. Tony, thanks for doing this, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man, it's been wonderful to meet you. It's been wonderful to meet your expanding family, and everybody associated with your crew has been a total delight. And we're about to listen to 4 of your songs from Back Down Home, the debut solo record. So we would love to hear about what's coming up first.
I'm going to start off with a tune called Slow on the Gulf. I wrote this one with my friend Bill Whitback. Bill's from LaPorte and I'm from Houston, and we kind of wrote this tune about a bunch of the weird characters down on the Gulf Coast that we've met over the years. Wrapped it all up into one. Goes like this. Wake me up now, get me up off the floor. Wake me up now, get me off this floor. I can't stay down here anymore. I've been running for too damn long. Lord, I've been running for too damn long. I'm going back down home where I belong. Back down home, back where I belong. I've been running too damn long. Things move slow on the Gulf of Mexico. I got an old flame living down on the bay. I got an old flame living on the bay. Said I should come down there and stay. I packed up my old dog and an old guitar. Packed up my old dog and an old guitar. I'm gonna make my living singing at the bar. Yeah, back down home, back where I belong. I've been running too damn long. Things move slow on the Gulf of Mexico. The sounds I hear, sights I see, sure pieces of my memory. The walking roads of oyster shells, ragged shrimp boats ringing rusty bells. Things move slow on the Gulf of Mexico. Here we go. I've been running too damn long. Things move slow on the Gulf of Mexico. Things move slow on the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks for the loud claps.
Yeah. And I try to clap double fast so it sounds like there are 4 of us here instead of 2. Man, so we got a chance to chat a little bit offline about the production techniques used. The studio that we're in right now is a great place to talk about analog tape and analog production, which I know was a significant part of the production of the record with Bruce Robison. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit more about how you guys made it and the decision to use tape? I mean, I guess that is kind of a no-brainer and a dumb question. I mean, it's wonderful and it sounds delightful, but what was that whole process like for you?
It was excellent. I was a little nervous about it, not about recording live or recording the tape, but about going in with musicians that I hadn't worked with a whole lot. But they were also good, and I knew a lot of them too. The whole tape thing with no computers at all down at the bunker is what that studio is called. That's how they do it there. So that was what I wanted to do, and we did it totally live. We did a few overdubs. We overdubbed some harmonies and a few supplemental instruments, but the performances are live and the vocals are live, and that's how I like to record. Is that's where I get my energy, is playing with other musicians in the studio. But we did it really quickly, 3 days or so, and when you don't have the option of Pro Tools, I think it eliminates a lot of stuff that you can even do. So it went really fast. It was a blast, man. I hope that comes through. We really had a fun time making it.
Did you multi-track it? I mean, is it to 2-inch tape, or are you doing everything like inside a mixer and then just going to 2-track 1/4-inch, or how does that format work for you?
Everything is multi-tracked.
You said there were overdubs. So
yeah. Everything's multi-tracked, but everything's analog. So we went into an MCI board and an MCI 16-track 2-inch tape machine, and so you can still you treat it the same way. In fact, there are plenty of capabilities you have in an analog studio as far as editing and stuff, but in building tracks, you can still do individual instruments if you want to do it that way. We didn't do it that way. We wanted to do it all together, and we mixed analog too. When you mix analog, once you decide on the mix, it's done. You can't be like, all right, let's just move on to another song and come back. You have to. It's set. So we spent 8.5 days mixing because we wanted to take the time it needed. So we'd spent over twice as much time mixing as we did recording.
And are there multiple engineers on the board at that time pushing faders and turning knobs at the same time so that mix can happen in real time?
No, we had an engineer named Steve Mazer who did was the lead engineer for the tracking process, and a guy named Jim Valentine mixed it. And they both did an excellent job. Jim was like having another musician in the studio in the mixing process. He always found these little cool things to make the song just a little bit cooler. It was really cool experience, and I didn't want to miss a single second of it. I insisted on being there the whole time, and I learned a lot, and I'm super proud of what we ended up with.
Cool, man. Well, thank you for sharing some words behind the music and the music itself. We're about to hear 3 more from Back Down Home. What do you want to do second today?
This is a tune called This River, and it's about, I guess, anyone who travels for work or is away from their families and misses milestones. But this is what I do. I play music for a living, and that's just part of the deal. That's what this song's about. It goes like this. Missing a woman, miss her like you can't believe. She gets home from working just as I'm about to leave. Come that old weekend, I'm 1,000,000 miles away. Guess we'll see each other on some other faithful day. Hey there, honey, where you been? I said everywhere but here. I sure miss you. Come back home. That's just how this river rolls. That's just how this river rolls. Money, money, that don't mean a goddamn thing. That's just only something that the rich folks say. Rolling, rolling, rolling down this muddy line. I'll just keep on rolling till I get home by your side. Hey there, honey, where you been? I said everywhere but here. I sure miss you. Come back home. That's just how this river rolls. That's just how this river rolls. Hey there, honey, where you been? I said everywhere but here. I sure miss you. Come back home. That's just how this river rolls. That's just how this river rolls.
All right. Thanks, Tony. Yeah. Yeah, man. So in addition to the production knowledge that you have just given us on this series, on this show, I know that you've got a podcast out, Back Down Home, Beyond the Liner Notes, where all of the support, everybody involved in creating it is interviewed, and there is a plethora of information about how it was put together. What was that like creating that, and what can people expect from it? And
Sure.
I mean, I know Caroline's on it, Caroline Rose is on it, which is amazing. And I would imagine Kelly also, is that true?
Well, so the creative process for that is ongoing, and with the pandemic and stuff, a lot of the stuff I wanted to do was slowed down. So I'm gonna get with Bruce. You know, I've talked to him about, and we're gonna talk a lot about what we did. Talk to some of the musicians that worked on it, and how we made the record and selected the songs and stuff, and writing the songs. That stuff is kind of finite, but what I want to get into is more of the deeper facets of the subject matter. There's sort of a Gulf Coast backdrop on the record. I wrote a lot of songs about where I'm from, Houston, Galveston, the Gulf Coast area. So I wanted to, and I don't want it to just be about me, you know? So I went down to the Gulf Coast, and when I had a show in Galveston at the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe, and the first episode, there's only one episode out so far, interviews, and it goes through the story of this guy named Rex Bell. He was Townes Van Zant's bass player and also started the Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe in Houston in the mid-'60s, reopened it in Galveston in the mid-'90s. He also played bass with Lightning Hopkins. He used to live with the guys from ZZ Top before they were ZZ Top. He had a ton of crazy stories. So that's the episode that's out now. It's awesome. It's going to be hard to beat that one, I'll be honest, but it's out there now, and you can look it up. And, the one with Caroline goes over a different sort of theme on the record, and that's changes. And there's a song on the record about how I think about going back to my day job all the time, and she's a trained architect, and so that's something she's thought about. We got into a lot more than that, but it's really about other people that inspired me and have been through some similar things I've been through. But I think long term, if it lasts long, I just want to find weird people down on the Gulf Coast that have crazy stories, anyone from musicians to like shrimp boat captains or something, you know? But I hope it's cool. We'll see if people like it.
That's awesome, man. I really like that. I mean, the format of it, that reminds me of that. I don't know if you watch High Maintenance on HBO, where it's just about every other person. There's you have no clue where it's headed next. And that's a very, very interesting format to me.
My mom just told me to watch that show this weekend. She's like, you got to watch High Maintenance. You're going to love it.
You do. You have to watch that show. It's really, really good. It's beautifully shot. It's, and the story, you just cannot tell what's going to happen with it next. And,
I love it.
It sounds very much like Back Down Home, Beyond the Liner Notes. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you for being here. And we're only halfway through. There's still two more to be shared off of Back Down Home. What do you feel like doing next?
I'll do a song now. Had a daughter 4.5 months ago. She's here, hopefully behaving herself. And And
she's in the control room right now, right? I mean, I think you can see her. I'm not sure if I can.
I can't. There's too much reflections going on in the glass. But when I found out she was coming along, I wrote this song, and I thought maybe I needed to grow up a little bit. And then I realized I was too old to grow up anymore. So it's kind of a funny song. It's got a humorous twist to it. I don't like to take myself too seriously, so. But it's also sort of a bluegrass song, which is where my musical career has been these last 8 years with Wood and Wire. So I kind of wanted to still play some bluegrass on this record. It goes like this. It's called Let It Slide. Well, I'm trying to be better, man. I'm trying to improve. I'm trying hard to dig my way out of this pile of blue. It's easy on the surface, it's a simple thing to say, but any man with feet and hands knows it don't work that way. Out on the water, the wind's moving through. Soon I'll start to fall apart like people tend to do. But I'm trying to get sober, I'm trying to get right. I think I'll try tomorrow and let it slide tonight. I'm trying hard to tell myself that I'm still young and spry, and there's a lot of time in between dying and trying to die. I don't need to be swimming with those sharks to get me high, but the surf is up, load up the truck, I love you dear, goodbye. Out on the water, the wind's moving through. Soon I'll start to fall apart like people tend to do. But I'm trying to get sober, I'm trying to get right. Yeah, I'll try again tomorrow, I've let it slide tonight. Almost. Yeah, I'm trying hard to realize that it's high time I grew up, getting by on flipping coins and waiting on good luck. But growing up's elusive if you got a mind like mine. Well, growing up is giving up before giving in to time. Out on the water, the winds are moving through. Soon I'll start to fall apart like people tend to do. But I'm trying to get sober, I'm trying to get right. I think I'll try tomorrow and let it slide tonight. Yeah, I'll try again tomorrow, I'll let it slide tonight. All right, let it slide.
Thank you, Tony. Man, can absolutely identify with that message. Been letting it slide all week, and it's going to keep on sliding,
keep
and then
sliding,
we'll get it together on October 12th probably, but as is evidenced by these 3 bottles of liquor in varying stages of consumption.
I saw that. I wondered if you guys did that damage this morning. And I was like, man, these guys
no,
are
I'm coffeeed up and sober at the moment, but that will not hold past 5 p.m.
I get it.
So congratulations to you on your expanding family. You just mentioned Stevie is here right now. We may even get a chance to meet her very soon, perhaps.
We'll see. I was going to try to bring her and introduce her to the live stream, but only if she's behaving herself, and it looks like that may not be the case.
We'll see, man. Is she? How has your music been impacted by, I would imagine, a lot of sleeplessness in the last 4 months? How do you see that translating into the songs that you write and the music you play?
I don't know. That's really maybe the only song on this record that was directly influenced by her arrival, and she wasn't even here yet. So I'm not really sure yet. I haven't written a song in about a year, and I'm not a real prolific writer. I only write when I feel like it. So when that period comes again and I can start to feel it coming on, I've been sort of hearing some melodies and stuff. Then we'll see. I'm curious to see how it impacts my writing or performing or whatever. But I don't know yet.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to. It's impossible for it not to.
Yeah, we were talking with the band Watch House, and I think their kid is roughly the same age. I think it just happened.
I think she's like, unless they had another one, I think that their daughter is around a year and a half or 2.
Maybe, yeah. I'm certainly not up on the exact specifics, but we had that conversation, and he was saying that the majority, sleeplessness for him is an extremely creative time. And when he's running on 3 and 4 hours a night, like that is the time when the most stuff gets done. Do you have a similar thing to that, or do you need to sleep like a normal person?
I have no real parameters. I try not to put parameters on anything. I do need to, at some point, I need to isolate myself and focus real hard on stuff to complete songs and to get them into better places. But I like to try to say, I'd like to be able to write in any state, in any place, and I don't have any pre-show rituals. I just don't want to be beholden to anything where it's like, I guess I have enough neurosis where it's like, if I didn't do it, then I can't write well. If I didn't do it, then I won't play well tonight. So I try to avoid those kind of things. But I think that I know when it's here, when I'm feeling creative and whenever I feel like writing songs. And whenever I feel it, I just really buckle down. And it doesn't really matter where I am, as long as I can get a quiet place for a few minutes. Cool, man. Well, that seems like a clever way to do it. If you have a choice in the matter, to be able to, not need any conditions for it to be able to thrive. That's awesome. Yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see when the next ones come.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Man, well, again, thank you so much for being here. We'll see. We'll continue to see if Stevie maybe makes an appearance after the 4th song, but I think we'll dive in. We've got one more here off of Back Down Home. What do you feel like doing 4th today?
I'll do a song that I wrote after my dad passed away. It's on the record. It's the last song on the record, and his name was Steve, and I named Stevie after him. So it's just about. It's called Change. It was recorded by a band called Della May as well. Fantastic band. They put it on 2 records ago on that record and did a great job with it. So when I did it, I had written a few melodies for it, and I kind of went back to the first melody I had for it and made it more of like an old time mountain kind of thing. So I'll do this a cappella. As I walk through the valley, there's a thoughtful sound that's familiar and lovely as the soft, gentle ground. But on this old path cast the shadows of change, and once again, darling, our lives rearrange. Oh, it's cruel, but it's certain. And it's hard, but it's sure when life closes curtains and darkness endures, but the darkness won't linger and the light shines strong. Change is coming on. Change is coming on. These trials, at times, from the sights to the smells, seem to settle so sweetly and suit me so well. But life as I know it sits now in the past. Ain't it funny how nothing seems to last? Oh, it's cruel, but it's certain. And it's hard, but it's sure when life closes curtains and darkness endures, but the darkness won't linger and the light shines strong. Change is coming on. Change is coming on. Oh, it's cruel, but it's certain. And it's hard, but it's sure when life closes curtains and darkness endures, but the darkness won't linger and the light shines strong. Change is coming on. change is coming on. Oh, change is coming on.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, guys.
Man.
Thanks, y'all, for watching, whichever camera.
Let me cut to that guy.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
There you go, and we can do one close up also. Oh no, there you go. There you go.
I'm not good at this. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I am not giving good directions either. So, dude, this has been a total pleasure having you here.
You guys are awesome, man.
And,
I'm a fan, and I'm. It's an honor to be here. So thank you for having me.
All right, man.